hey, it's your friend Mel, and I'm going to save you from your thumbs right now. No, 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 don't text first. Do not do that. I'm talking about that exact moment when the itch hits, your heart's pounding, your brain is sprinting, you've already built a whole rom-com in your head and a tragedy in the sequel, and your thumb is hovering over the keyboard like it's about to detonate a grenade. That is the danger zone. And I promise you, your power comes back the second you interrupt that impulse. So here's the move. 10 seconds. That's all. We're going to create a pattern interrupt that stops the spiral before it swallows you. You ready? Repeat after me out loud if you can. Let them and let me choose me. Say it again. Let them and let me choose me. This is not a philosophy class. This is a reflex. We are installing an emergency brake in your nervous system. Here's exactly what you do in those 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lock the phone. Face it down. Put it 3 feet away. Plant both feet on the floor. Big inhale through your nose for 4. Long exhale out your mouth for 6. Do that twice. While you exhale, speak it. Let them and let me choose me. You've just moved your brain out of the emotional spin cycle and back into the driver's seat. 10 seconds. I swear to God, it's enough to flip the switch. Let me be crystal clear about what this is not. This is not a mind game. We are not playing hard to get. We're not punishing anyone. You're not being cold. You are practicing nervous system leadership. When anxiety is in charge, you chase. You poke the bear, aka their phone, hoping to buy a sip of relief. When you lead, you pause, you breathe, you direct your attention, and you choose yourself before you choose the text. That is not manipulation. That is maturity. Why this works is simple. In that first 10-second window, your survival brain is screaming, do something. If you act from that place, you outsource your piece to somebody else's response time. And holy cow, is that expensive. The payoff for the pause is immediate. You take your power back. You stop bargaining with your worth. You halt the story building. You give your thinking brain a chance to catch up, and suddenly the urge isn't driving, your values are. And because I know you want more than a pause button, here's what you can expect from me in this episode. I'm going to hand you a replacement behavior so your hands know exactly what to do instead of texting. I'm going to give you a simple internal script that trains your mind to look for self-respect instead of reassurance. And we're going to run a 60-day experiment together because rewiring takes reps, not perfection. You're going to practice, not perform. Deal? For now, lock in the first rep. The moment the itch hits, 10 seconds, phone down, breathe, repeat after me. Let them and let me choose me. Again, let them and let me choose me. Pause, then proceed not from panic, from power. I promise you, this is the beginning of getting yourself back. Let's talk about why the itch is so loud. Because you're not crazy and you're not needy, you're uncomfortable. That's it. Your brain hates uncertainty the way a toddler hates nap time. When there's a gap, no text, no plan, no clarity, your survival system flips on the floodlights. Cortisol rises, your mind starts scanning for a fix, and your phone suddenly looks like a rescue inhaler. The urge to text is not romance, it's regulation. It's your brain trying to shut off the buzzing in your chest as fast as humanly possible. Normalize it, name it, say it with me. This is discomfort, not destiny. Now watch the loop, because this is the trap you keep stepping in. Anxiety spikes. You reach out. Tiny burst of relief, dopamine, ding, a hit. That lasts about 90 seconds. Then the clock starts. No response or worse. A lukewarm LOL 2 hours later, and the anxiety doubles. You reread your own text to audit for crimes. You wonder if you're too much or not enough. You start crafting the follow-up to clarify. And every time you do this, your self-respect shrinks a size. That half second of temporary comfort is costing you long-term confidence. Holy cow, is that an expensive habit? Tell me if this sounds familiar. You see, they viewed your story. Your brain treats it like a secret handshake from the universe. You open your text just to check. You scroll the last thread for clues, timestamp by timestamp, like a detective with a magnifying glass, squinting at the read receipts as if they're tea leaves. You draft hey and then delete it. You add a smiley. Delete. Haha, that meme made me think of you because casual is cool, right? Then you bargain. If I keep it light, it doesn't count as chasing. If I ask a question, that's just conversation. If I send it now, it shows I'm confident. Meanwhile, your nervous system is running the slots. Variable reward, maybe they answer fast, maybe they don't. This is a casino, and your piece is on the table. Here's the identity piece most people miss. Every time you text first from panic, you teach your brain a lesson. I can't handle uncertainty. I need external reassurance to settle down. If that's the program you run, your reticular activating system, yes, the little filter in your brain that highlights what you say matters, starts scanning for more reasons to be nervous and more moments you need to fix. Garbage in, garbage out. You're not just sending a text, you're training your identity downward. And look, this isn't about shame. This is about mechanism. Once you understand the machine, you can run it, not get run over by it. So the real question is not, what do I text? Wrong game. The real question is, what do I do with this feeling without abandoning myself? When you ask better questions, you get better behavior. The 10-second interrupt we just practiced is step one. It creates a wedge between the craving and the click. In that wedge lives your power. Because once the flood slows, you can choose something that builds you instead of drains you. Say this to yourself the next time your thumb twitches. This is my brain chasing relief, not love. I can ride this wave. I don't outsource my peace to someone else's bubbles. I promise you, you won't die from an unanswered text. Your phone is not a defibrillator. Your heart will keep beating. And every time you stay with yourself, breathe, label it, let them. You're rewiring, not for perfection, for resilience, for clarity, for the you who doesn't need a ding to feel okay. Here's the framework that makes this stick. Let them is not a trick. It's a decision to stop being the project manager of somebody else's interest. Let them be inconsistent. Let them be slow. Let them be unclear. Let them forget. Let them not text back. Because newsflash, you do not control another adult. Not with the perfect meme, not with the perfectly timed hey, not with an essay that explains your value. Your job is not to manage their behavior. Your job is to observe it. I promise you, when you stop editing reality, reality gets a lot easier to read. And then there's the power move. Let me choose my standards. Let me choose my pace. Let me choose my boundaries. Let me choose my peace. This is where your agency lives. You are not a passive passenger waiting for someone else to drive your day. You set the speed limit on your energy. You decide what contact looks like when you're respected. You're the one who says, I don't chase, I reciprocate. That's not game playing. That's a policy. That's leadership of your life. Let me be blunt, because you need someone to say it straight. If someone wants to talk to you, they will. If they want to see you, they will. If they want to clarify, they will. You don't need to throw them a breadcrumb trail to your heart. Pay attention to what they do, not what you hope they mean. Your job is to watch behavior, not chase closure. Closure is not a paragraph you pry out of somebody. Closure is the moment you decide their actions are the answer. I can hear you pushing back, but Mel, sometimes it's healthy to initiate. Yes, it is. This is not a ban on texting. This is a ban on self-abandonment. Here's the test. After I press send, do I feel smaller? Am I trying to buy reassurance? Does this make my chest loosen or tighten? If the text is an honest expression that leaves you steady regardless of the reply, green light. If it's a bid to rescue your nervous system, red flag. When your initiation is a rescue mission, you're the one who needs rescuing from your own habit of outsourcing peace. Let them doesn't mean you white knuckle silence and stew. No, no, no. We are not marinating in anxiety. We're going to do something specific with that energy so it works for you instead of against you. In a minute, I'm going to give you the replacement protocol, 90 seconds to reset your state, and 2 concrete moves so your hands have somewhere productive to go. You're not starving the urge. You're feeding your self-respect. And here's the cool brain science side of this. When you adopt let them, let me, you're telling your mind what's important: self-respect, consistency, clarity. Your reticular activating system, that little filter in your brain, starts highlighting behavior that matches your standards. You stop writing love stories on top of missing effort. You see what's actually there faster. Repeat after me. Let them show me who they are. Let me choose what I do with that information. That's the framework. That's the filter. And that's how you get your power back. Okay, let's draw the line so your brain stops arguing with you. There are healthy moments to initiate, and there are panic pings that shrink you. The difference is not the emoji you choose, it's the energy underneath. Healthy initiating feels open and steady. Your chest is calm, your message is clean, and your self-respect doesn't hinge on their reply. Self-abandonment feels urgent, transactional, and shaky. You're trying to buy relief. If the text is trying to buy reassurance, it's not connection, it's self-abandonment, period. Here's your 3-question check. Say them out loud because we are programming your brain. 1, am I texting for connection or for reassurance? 2, am I okay if they don't reply today? 3, will I respect myself after I send this? If you can answer connection, yes and yes, green light. If you hesitate, if your stomach drops, if you need this to land a certain way just to be okay, that is a red flag. Do not do that. I promise you, your peace is too expensive to gamble on a bubble. What counts as healthy initiating? Example 1, confirming logistics after plans are already set. Hey, still good for 7 at Main Street Pizza? I'll grab a table. That's not chasing. That's being an adult. Example 2, responding in an ongoing, balanced thread. They ask, you answer, you add something real, and it's a rally. Both sides are hitting the ball. Example 3, expressing a clear request without fishing for validation. I'd like to see you this weekend. Are you free Saturday afternoon? That's direct. That's self-respecting. You're not sprinkling bait. You're stating a preference and letting them respond. Now the ones you stopped today. Double texting after no reply. No. You sent one. Let them respond. Just checking in. Translation, reassure me. Did I do something? That's you asking a stranger to regulate your nervous system. Vague baiting like LOL, this reminded me of you, with no context, hoping they bite. Paragraphs that perform your worth to earn attention. Holy cow, I have written those monologues. They don't work. They teach your brain you have to audition to be chosen. We are not auditioning for the role of person who gets the bare minimum. Use the check in real time, thumb hovers, breathe, ask, connection or reassurance. Okay, without a reply today, respect myself after. If your answers don't line up, you already know what to do next. You do not text, you run the replacement protocol. Because this is not about silence for sport. It's about regulating your state so you can choose from power. We're going to change your physiology in 90 seconds and give your hands 2 concrete moves so you have something to do other than sabotage your standards. Repeat after me. My job is connection, not self-correction. Let them show me. Let me choose me. You stick to that, and in 30, 60 days, your default changes. Fewer panic pings, more clarity, more peace. The exceptions are simple. The leadership is you. And if you fail the check, great. That's a rep. You don't send the text, you run the protocol. All right, time to give your thumb something better to do. Here's the replacement protocol. The moment the itch hits, name the moment. Say it out loud if you can. This is the craving, not a command, not a sign from the universe, a wave. You don't obey waves. You ride them. Picture it. The swell rises, you steady your stance, you surf 90 seconds, and it passes. You're not broken. You're surfing. Step 1, 90-second reset. Feet on the floor, shoulders down. Unclench your jaw. Inhale through your nose for 4. Exhale out your mouth for 6. Do that 6 times. Longer exhale than inhale. Key detail, because you are telling your body, we are safe. Hand on your chest if it helps. Feel your ribs move. While you exhale, anchor the line. Let them. Let me choose me. You are not arguing with your thoughts. You are leading your nervous system. In plain brain terms, anxiety just fired up your survival gear and your breath is flipping the switch on your parasympathetic brake. When your body calms, your mind follows. I promise you, 90 seconds is enough to turn a siren into background noise. Now, step 2, the 2-move rule. Move your body for 2 minutes, then move your attention to a pre-chosen task. That's it. 2 minutes physical, 2 minutes focused. Stand up and walk the hall. Take the stairs. Do 10 sinkfuls of dishes. Wipe the counter, fold 5 shirts, vacuum 1 rug, get your blood moving and your hands busy because idle thumbs text. And then, without pausing to negotiate, shift your attention to something tiny and concrete that you already put on a list when you were calm. Water the plant, delete 10 photos, reply to the dentist confirmation, put $5 into savings, toss 2 expired sauces, 1 microtask, pre-chosen on purpose because an anxious brain cannot pick, it can only react. You're removing choice so you can add momentum. Why this works is simple. You are not trying to win a debate with a panicked mind that's like arguing with a fire alarm. You change your state and the signal changes. Move your body. Your chemistry shifts. Direct your attention. Your mental filter, the reticular activating system, locks onto something that serves you. You just told your brain what's important, not their bubbles, your standards. Garbage in, garbage out. Calm in, clarity out. Make it stupid easy. Can't leave your desk? Splash cold water on your face. 10 slow breaths with that long exhale. Step outside and stare at the farthest thing you can see for 60 seconds. Wall push-ups, neck rolls, shake out your hands. The point is interruption plus redirection. We are cutting the circuit and plugging it into something that builds you. Repeat after me. Don't fight the urge. Change my state. Redirect my attention. When the wave comes back, and some days it will you run the protocol again. That's a rep. That's you training secure. 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there, over 30, 60 days. And holy cow, your default shifts. Your phone stops feeling like a pacifier. Your standards start feeling like home. And your peace, it finally has a place to land. Now we program the words that drive the wheel. Your self-talk is the steering wheel of your mind. And right now we're putting your hands on it. When the craving hits, you do the reset, you move your body, and while you breathe, you run the script. Say it with me out loud if you can. I know you'll resist. That's the old programming talking. Say it anyway. Repeat after me. Let them, let me choose me. Again, let them, let me choose me. Feel how your jaw unclenches when you say it? That's you choosing your standard over their silence. Now we're going to layer in your backup lines because different triggers need different steering. This is your 3-line toolkit. First one, I can handle uncertainty. Say it. I can handle uncertainty. Again, a little slower so your nervous system hears it. I can handle uncertainty. That sentence is a parachute. The minute your mind screams, fix it now, you remind your body, we can ride this wave. Second backup, chasing is not my job. Say it. Chasing is not my job. Again, with conviction. Chasing is not my job. Your job is to observe, to reciprocate, to align. Their job, if they're interested, is to meet you halfway. You are not customer support for other people's inconsistency. Third backup, my peace is not negotiable. Say it. My peace is not negotiable. One more time. My peace is not negotiable. That line sets the price floor of your energy. If the cost of sending a text is your self-respect, the answer is no. Here's why this works, because I am not into magical thinking. We're into mechanism. Your brain has a filter, the reticular activating system, that lets in what it believes matters to you. Whatever you repeat becomes a priority tag. If you feed it worry, it will scour your day for worry. If you feed it self-respect, it will highlight behavior that matches your standards, consistency, effort, clarity. Garbage in, garbage out. Clear signals in, clear choices out. You are literally directing your mind to look for respect, calm, and alignment instead of crumbs and mixed signals. So here's how to run it in the wild. Craving spikes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Phone down, breathe. On the exhale, let them, let me, choose me. If the weight is the trigger, pivot to, I can handle uncertainty. If your thumb starts drafting a rescue text, drop in. Chasing is not my job. If your chest tightens and you feel that old panic bargaining, anchor with, my peace is not negotiable. You can stack them too. Exhale and ladder the lines. Let them. Let me choose me. I can handle uncertainty. Chasing is not my job. My peace is not negotiable. That's a 4-sentence shield you can throw up anywhere, car, meeting, bathroom, stall. No one even has to know. Identity shift happens here. Every time you choose these words over the itch, you are voting for the you who doesn't audition for love, the you who notices effort, the you who chooses alignment over adrenaline. This is not perfection. This is practice. Do this for 30, 60 days and holy cow, watch your brain start serving you. You'll catch yourself recognizing calm as attractive. You'll spot inconsistency faster. You'll feel your shoulders drop because you know you can handle the space between pings. One more time, like you mean it, repeat after me. Let them, let me choose me. I can handle uncertainty. Chasing is not my job. My peace is not negotiable. That is your steering wheel. Use it, and your mind will stop searching for reassurance and start scanning for self-respect. I promise you. Let's talk about the green pickup truck effect, because this is where it gets fun. You know how you decide you want a certain car, green pickup truck, blue, Subaru, whatever, and suddenly you see it everywhere? It didn't multiply overnight. Your brain tagged it as important, and your reticular activating system, the little filter in your brain, started letting all those trucks through the gate. Those trucks were always on the road. You just hadn't told your brain to notice them. Same brain, new priority, different reality. Holy cow, it feels like magic, but it's just mechanism. Now, bring that straight into your dating life. When you choose you, when you tell your mind that consistency and clarity matter, you start spotting inconsistency and vagueness at the speed of truth. The late replies feel late, not mysteriously charming. The half plans feel half, not spontaneous. The busy pattern stops being a plot twist and becomes what it is, a pattern. You don't need a magnifying glass. Your brain becomes your bodyguard. It ushers in the signals that match your standards and keeps the rest outside the velvet rope. What used to happen? Your old filter was tuned to one question. Do they still like me? So you scanned for crumbs, a like on your story, a heart on a message from 3 days ago, a sorry, crazy week that bought them another 2 weeks of your energy. That filter had you working a second shift as their defense attorney, building elaborate cases for why you should hang on, and you missed the obvious. Effort wasn't showing up. You weren't being chosen, not because you're unworthy, because your brain was busy searching for yes instead of noticing no. We're not doing that anymore. Here's your new filter. 4 questions you ask without apology. Do I feel calm with them? Do they follow through on plans without me herding cats? Do their words and actions match over time, not just on Friday night? Do I feel like myself or like a performer auditioning for approval? You answer those honestly, and the truth pops like a highlighter across the page. Your nervous system knows. Calm is data. Consistency is data. Feeling like you have to shrink, tap dance, or over-explain. Also data. And here's the best part. When your filter changes, your behavior changes without white knuckling. You won't need to text first as much because you'll stop investing in people who require chasing to function. You'll step back sooner because the pattern won't confuse you. It will bore you. Your urge to check in will feel weirdly out of date, like trying to pay with a Blockbuster card. Your brain will tag your peace as important, and suddenly the people who bring peace will stand out like, yep, green pickup trucks, always there. Now you see them. Repeat after me so we lock it in. My brain highlights what I tell it to value. I value consistency. I value clarity. I value calm. When you drive with that filter, you won't rationalize red flags. You'll register them. You won't chase mixed signals. You'll choose standards. I promise you, once you choose you, the truth gets loud, fast, and your thumbs finally get a day off. Let's rip off the Band-Aid and look at the thing that hijacks you the fastest. Silence. I know how it feels. Your stomach drops, your chest buzzes, and that old abandonment alarm from 10 years ago starts blasting like a smoke detector over a piece of burnt toast. You want to fix it fast. You want to jump in with a text to stop the ache. I get it. Your feeling is real, but your feeling doesn't get to drive the car. Buckle it in the back seat. You're driving. Here's how we keep you in the driver's seat. Separate the facts from the fan fiction your brain writes to soothe you. Fact, there is no response. Fact, plans aren't getting confirmed. Fact, effort is inconsistent. That's it. Everything else, they're just swamped. They're bad at texting, but they care. Their phone probably died for the 15th time this month. Is a story. Label it. Out loud, say, fact, no reply, story. I'm guessing they're busy. When you label it, you yank the steering wheel back from your anxiety and hand it to your thinking brain. Your brain hates gaps and fills them with fairy tales. We're done publishing romance novels on top of missing effort. Blunt rule time. Confusion is information. Inconsistency is information. A pattern is a decision. If you are constantly asking, what does this mean? It already told you what it means. Behavior over interpretation. Stop decoding emoji hieroglyphics and start reading timestamps. You do not need a closure text to get clarity. The clarity is the pattern. Effort is a love language. Silence is too. It says, I'm not prioritizing this. Believe it the first time, or at least by the third. I promise you, when you stop arguing with the data, peace gets a lot easier. And no, letting them be silent is not you playing games. It's you refusing to beg for basic communication. Adults who want to talk, talk. Adults who want to see you make plans. Adults who care about your nervous system don't keep you in a holding pattern for sport. Let them show you with their behavior. Let you respond with yours. Here's your in-the-moment move. Thumb itching? Breathe. Label it. Fact, no reply. Story, I'm inventing reasons. Then say this, repeat after me. Silence is data. Confusion is information. I don't chase clarity. I create it with my standards. Again, silence is data. Confusion is information. I don't chase clarity. I create it with my standards. Feel how that drops you back into yourself? Good. That's your new default coming online. And before your brain argues, but maybe if I send one more light, breezy, not at all needy, haha. No, 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 no. We are not auditioning. We are observing. If the behavior lines up, great, reciprocate. If it doesn't, step back. Let them. Let me choose me. Because every time you stop writing love stories on top of missing effort, you stop abandoning yourself. That's the plot twist that actually ends well. Here's where we turn that clarity into a boundary that feels like power. It's called the 2-4-hour rule. And it is going to save you from 1,000 anxious texts and 10,000 micro hangovers of regret. The moment you feel the itch to chase, clarify, fix, just check in, you wait 24 hours. Timer on. During those 24 hours, you run the protocol as many times as you need. Breath reset, 2 moves, script. You do not send emotional texts. No, did I do something? No, haha, so random bait. Do not do that. Urgency is a state, not a fact. I promise you, time will give you your frontal lobe back. Why 24 hours? Because when anxiety is driving, your amygdala is flooring the gas and your thinking brain is tied up in the trunk. Space lets the chemistry settle. So your prefrontal cortex, the part that plans, prioritizes, picks aligned action, can get back behind the wheel. Most emergencies in dating evaporate with oxygen and time. And here's a bonus. Within that day, people who are in will often reveal themselves without you managing them. If they don't, also data. Either way, you win clarity without self-abandonment. Now, after 24 hours and only when you feel steady, you have 2 options. 1, you continue to observe and reciprocate proportionately. 2, you make one clean ask. What's a clean ask? It's adult, direct, respectful, and brief. No pleading, no essay, no backstory to sell your value. 1 clear sentence or 2 that state what you want once. Example, I like talking to you. If you want to keep seeing each other, I need consistency. Are you in? Or I'm looking for communication that confirms plans the day of. Can you do that? Or I'd like to see you Saturday. If you're in, let me know by tomorrow at noon. If not, all good. Notice the energy, calm, grounded. It invites clarity. It does not audition. You ask once, then you let them reveal themselves. If they dodge, minimize, breadcrumb, or disappear, let them, and you choose you. Boundaries are not threats or punishments. They're decisions about how you spend your time and energy. You don't argue. You don't resend. You don't chase your own ask. You act. Example follow through. Thanks for letting me know. I'm going to pass. Wishing you well. Or simply, got it. Take care. Then you step back and you keep your standard. Repeat after me. My boundaries are calm. I wait 24. I regulate. I make one clean ask or I walk. Again, I wait 24. I regulate. One clean ask or walk. Holy cow. Watch what happens when you run this for 30 to 60 days. You'll stop negotiating with adrenaline. You'll stop rescuing connections that only live when you chase. And you'll start attracting people who respect clarity because you model it. That's power you can feel. That's peace you can keep. I promise you, if you've ever labeled yourself anxious attached and felt doomed as your friend, I'm going to tell you the truth. This is not your personality. It's your training history. Your nervous system learned to brace for inconsistency. It learned to scan for threat. It learned to manage other people's moods so you could feel okay. That's not destiny. That's a pattern. And patterns can be trained. I promise you. Here's the reframe that sets you free. The urge to text first from panic is not proof that you're broken. It's your training moment. That itch, that's the rep. Every time you don't text from anxiety, every single time you ride the wave, breathe, and choose you, you are teaching your brain a new association. Uncertainty does not equal emergency. You are literally laying down a new pathway from panic to presence. The old you reach for the phone. The training you reaches for the protocol. The secure you feels the spike, regulates, and waits for data. That's the arc. And you build it in reps, not resolutions. To make this doable on messy human days, you need a secure list. 5 things, people, places, activities that reliably downshift your system. Put it in your notes app with the title, When I Want to Chase, Do This Instead. Make it stupid specific. Call or voice text that one friend who is calm, not the one who fires you up. Put on shoes and walk around the block movement. Changes chemistry. 10-minute gym circuit or body weight set. Journal a 1-page brain dump, facts versus stories. Hot shower or cold face splash. Prayer or meditation, 1 song length. You choose 5 that regulate you. Not scroll, not stalk, regulate. When the wave hits, you don't negotiate, you pick off the list. That's a rep. And you do this with compassion, not war. Repeat after me. I'm allowed to be a work in progress, and I'm also allowed to have standards. Say it again. I'm allowed to be a work in progress, and I'm also allowed to have standards. That sentence lets you practice without shame while keeping your bar steady, because shame jacks up your threat system. Standards steady it. We are not beating you into secure. We are breathing you into secure. Mechanism moment, because I want you to trust what you're doing. Panic hits, your amygdala slams the gas. You exhale longer than you inhale. You press the brake on your nervous system. You redirect to the secure list. Your reticular activating system tags self-respect as important and starts filtering for it. Garbage in, garbage out. Reps in, results out. It's not magic, it's mechanics. Now commit to the experiment. Do this for 30 to 60 days. The time's going to pass anyway. Track reps, not replies. Make a tiny tally every time you ride a wave without sending the rescue text. That's your scoreboard. At the end of each week, ask, did I choose me 5 more times than last week? That's progress. That's rewiring. Holy cow. Watch what happens. Your baseline will soften. Your cravings will shorten. And you'll start to feel it self-trust landing in your body. Every resisted urge is a rep toward secure. Keep lifting. I promise you, the weight gets lighter. Okay? Experiment time. For the next 30 to 60 days, you are not texting first when it's driven by anxiety, period. You feel the itch, you don't negotiate, you run the 90-second reset, you do the 2 moves, you speak the script, and you let the data roll in. This isn't forever. It's an experiment. And as your friend, I'm going to tell you the truth that will save you. Consistency beats intensity. You don't need a perfect week. You need repeated reps. The time is going to pass anyway. Let's make it count. Here's your tracker, stupid simple, so you actually use it. 1 index card, 3 columns, or a note in your phone with 3 counters. Column 1, urges resisted. Every time you ride the wave without sending the rescue text, you drop a tally. Column 2, clean asks. Anytime you wait, regulate and make 1 calm, clear request just once you tally. Column 3, chose life over phone. That's when you put the phone down and put your body in your life. Walked the block, called the steady friend, knocked out a 2-minute task. Tally, tally, tally. Track the reps, not the outcome. Not did they text back? Did you choose you? What does success look like over these 30, 60 days? More calm in your body. You'll notice your shoulders live lower, less rumination. You spend fewer minutes per day rereading threads and drafting fake breezy check-ins. Clearer decisions. You observe patterns without turning them into puzzles. Fewer situationship loops you don't keep. Restarting season 1 of the same show with a different cast. Faster exits from disrespect. You spot the inconsistency and step back sooner. That's winning. Put those 5 on your weekly check-in and rate them 1 to 5. If the numbers trend up, your peace is compounding. Holy cow, you'll feel it. Troubleshooting, because you're human. You're going to slip. You'll send the late night, haha, this reminded me of you because adrenaline got cute. No shame. Do not do that to yourself. Shame jacks your threat system and teaches nothing. Instead, review like a coach. Ask, what triggered me? Time of day? Alcohol? Boredom? Was my phone in my hand at midnight? Great, you just found your friction points. Add training wheels. Put the conversation on mute. Move the app off your home screen. Plug your phone in across the room after 9 p.m. Preload a replacement task for that hour. Then do the next rep. Repeat after me. I learn fast. I adjust faster. Daily cadence so you don't obsess. Morning, set your intention. Today I track reps, not replies. Night, 5-minute audit. How many tallies in each column? 1 sentence on what worked. 1 sentence on what I'll tweak. That's it. No spirals, no essays. Your brain is programmable. These tiny inputs are the code. Your reticular activating system will start tagging self-respect as important because you keep feeding it proof. And please, anchor the meaning. The goal here is not to win them. The goal is to win your peace, your focus, your life back. You're not trying to control an outcome. You're building an identity. Repeat after me. Consistency beats intensity. Track the reps, not the outcome. My peace compounds. Do this for 30 to 60 days. And I promise you, your phone stops holding your worth. Your standards start holding you. And you finally feel like you're the one choosing. As your friend, I'm going to tell you the thing I want tattooed on your frontal lobe. You do not need to be chosen to be worthy. You need to choose you. Say it with me. So we close this loop with conviction. Let them. Let me choose me. Again, let them. Let me choose me. Holy cow, feel how steady that is? That's your center. That's your power. Future you looks like this. You wake up and your phone stays on the counter. You drink your coffee without scanning for bubbles. If a message comes, you respond when you're regulated, not when you're rattled. You mirror effort instead of manufacturing it. You notice when someone follows through, and you also notice when they don't. You make 1 clean ask, and you let the answer reveal itself. You walk away early when it's inconsistent, and you don't write a novel about it. You feel yourself getting proud, not because you got a reply, but because you kept your word to yourself. That pride, that's the new oxygen in your lungs. And it spills everywhere. This is bigger than dating. When you choose your peace, you bring a steadier you to your friends, your work, your kids, your life. You laugh easier at dinner because you're not half in a text thread. You think clearer in meetings because your attention isn't hijacked by what ifs. You tuck your kids in with a calmer nervous system. And they learn what self-respect looks like by watching you. Your creativity comes back. Your patience stretches. Your standards quietly train the room around you. This is a contribution. Your energy is not a small thing. It is the thing. So we close how we began. No, you don't chase. You interrupt the craving. You regulate your body. You repeat the script. You take a replacement action. You do the reps for 30 to 60 days. And then one day you realize the real win was never a text back. The real win was getting yourself back, your mornings, your mind, your voice. I promise you, that is the best high on earth, and it doesn't crash. Let's make this a lifeline, not gossip. You know exactly who needs this. The friend drafting the fourth text, the one pretending it's casual while their stomach is in knots. Send this to them. Drop it in the group chat. Say, I love you. Let's do this 30-day experiment together. You'll be each other's pattern interrupt. You'll get your people back right alongside yourself. We're going to seal it right now. Hand on heart. Repeat after me. Let them, let me choose me. Again, louder. Let them, let me choose me. Now the closer, short, sharp, true. Repeat after me. I can handle uncertainty. I choose me. One more time so your brain tags it as important. I can handle uncertainty. I choose me. You're not auditioning anymore. You are observing. You are deciding. You are directing your life with calm, with clarity, with standards that feel like home. Keep showing up for yourself, because if you keep choosing you, life will meet you there. I swear to God, it will. And I'll be right here cheering as you do the next rep. You've got this.